Hi guys, this is Glass Arrow, and today I'm going to bring you the new review of Play as Kai Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII Remake limited color version. This is a limited color version of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII Remake. The overall box is the same as the original box, this one. The difference is only that there is a new stickers, the purple stickers label limited color version on the bottom right of the cover art box. Other than that, the box is exactly the same thing. Even the artwork in the back are the same. Right here. Okay. So now let's focus on the limited color version. This is the newer Cloud that Square Enix Play as Kai have just released. It's like a recolor version of the Cloud from Final Fantasy VII Remake to the original color of the Final Fantasy VII game. As you can see from the box inside, he is exactly the same model but with the new color, the old color of the Final Fantasy VII original game, the purple shirt and everything. Okay, now let's take a look inside, and I'm going to compare him with the original version of Cloud Strife Remake. Okay, this is him, Cloud Strife, limited color version out of the box. He is exactly the same thing as the Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII Remake, the normal one, but with the new color, the purple color version of the original game from the PlayStation era. Overall, he's a very nice figures and actually brings some nostalgia to the people who have already played the original game and looking forward to the 7 Remake also. It is a little bit bad on the Square Enix side that they try to grab some cash just by recolor painting version of the model that they already created. But I think this one I'll give them a pass because he looks very great and bring a lot of good memories about the game. Okay, now I'm going to let's take him out of the stand and compare it to the normal version. Okay, here they are compared side by side. Your left one is the limited color version and your right one is the normal version. As you can see, starting from the head sculpt, the sculpting overall model is exactly the same thing. The hair between the limited color version is a little bit more blonde, like a lighter version, whereas the normal version is a little bit more intense into the black light highlighting in the hair. The face is exactly the same thing. The eyes, eyeliner, and the blue eyes are colored exactly the same. Now for the shirt, this is where the things get a little bit different. As the normal version of the Final Fantasy VII Remake Cloud got a little bit blacker tone with the shade of blue on his shirt. The limited color version got like a purple color with the straps and the belts more intense brown. This also applies to the pants and also at his hand and his arm, whereas the normal version is a little bit black brown, darker brown, but the limited color version is a lighter brown and more intense brown. Other than that, there are some minor difference, like the armor in his left arm. The limited color version is a little bit more silvery, and also the white parchment over his arm. The normal version has a black lining, black wash on the white parchment, whereas the limited color version is only the normal white with no black wash. To the back side, everything is like the same size as in the and the same difference in the front. More purple and more intense brown than the normal version. And another cool thing to look is that his shoulder pad. As you can see here, the shoulder pad of the limited color version now is entirely silvery metal, whereas the normal one is like a black metal with a shade of blue. Okay, so overall a very decent figures. His articulation is the same thing as the normal version. So it just works fine for me, better than some of the newer players' Kai. Okay, now let's take a look at his Buster Sword. Okay, on your left is the Buster Sword from the limited color version. You can see here that the color tone is quite different from each other. Starting from the handle, the grip of the limited color version Buster Sword is red, correcting like the Final Fantasy VII in the PlayStation game. And the overall black and the metal part, the color tone is a little bit different, and the battle damage on the limited color version is nearly to none, whereas the normal version has a lot of battle damage on both sides of the blade. On the material slot, the color is slightly different. The limited color version on material slot is a shade of metal silver, whereas the normal version is a little bit brown. Okay, so that's the Cloud limited color version. Other than the different in colors, the sculpt and the articulation is exactly the same thing as the old model. So I hope this video will help you to decide if you haven't get the Cloud Strife Remake Player's Guide yet, to whether you want the limited color version or the normal color version. It depends on you like the original Final Fantasy VII from the PlayStation 1 era style of Cloud, or the newer, more realistic look on his shirt and pants and everything. So from my taste, I think I like the limited color version more because it brings the contrast to the color. From my taste, the new version, the Strife 7 Remake version, is a little bit more dark, and the color overall is a little bit too monotone for me. So I think overall the figure is quite decent, but it will be a little bit on the expensive side because it's labeled limited color version. But the price range of the pre-order is just as the same as the normal color version. So I hope that if you're going to get this figure, don't try to get it as high as possible, because the price that the seller got is normal with the normal version. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any further questions and you want to view more gallery comparing these two clouds, you can visit my Facebook page right on in the description. Thank you very much.